Hello viewers, welcome to Indian Autos blog. My name is Civil Susvirkar, and what you see on your screens is one of the biggest surprises of 2018. Now when TVS sent out the invites for the launch of a new motorcycle back in 2018, they had sent a coffee mug with it, and we all thought that it's going to be a cafe racer or a cruiser style motorcycle. However, the brand surprised everyone by launching a new 110cc commuter motorcycle, the TVS Radeon. We have been riding this motorcycle for a little over 2 days now, and we have ridden the motorcycle in various scenarios like bumper to bumper city traffic or on the highways, and we were quite thoroughly impressed by what this motorcycle can do. So let me just give you a quick walk around of the new TVS Radeon. It's a 110cc motorcycle. It's pitched against the likes of Hero HF Deluxe and the Hero Splendor. The styling, as you can see, is properly commuterish. In fact, it reminds us of the Splendor, especially from this rear angle, from this rear panel and the tail lights. But closer inspection reveals some really neat thoughts that TVS has put in while designing this motorcycle. Now TVS has added a lot of premium elements that give this motorcycle a really neat and nice look. The fascia, for example, has this really nice 3D TVS logo in chrome finish and this chrome garnishing that surrounds the headlight. Now the headlight is a traditional halogen unit, but you get this LED DRL at the bottom, which looks pretty nice, pretty neat. Let me just start it up for you to see. So that's how the LED DRL looks on the TVS Radeon. Right next to the headlight are these clear cover blinkers with orange bulbs in them. Below the headlamp is this really nice body colored front fender. It is a long unit, as you can see, which should stop the mud from splashing over the engine in case of wet conditions. You have this SBT logo on the fender, which stands for synchronized braking technology, which is a nomenclature that TVS uses for its combi braking system. Following the fascia is this instrument console. It's a twin pod instrument console which has got this typical car dashboard like design. You don't get a tachometer on this. Instead you have this analog speedometer with an odometer over here and an economy and power mode indicator. Now the economy and the power mode indicator depends on how open the throttle is, how hard you are riding the motorcycle. Then there are these telltale indicators. You have this neutral light. This one is for left side blinker, while this one is for right side blinker, and the one next to the neutral light indicator is the high beam indicator. Next to it is this fuel gauge. It's again an analog unit, along with this side stand indicator at the bottom. Now in case if you were to miss the side stand indicator over here, TVS has got this really loud beep, this really loud noise that is supposed to let you know that the side stand is down. Let me just put the side stand down and you'll know what I'm talking about. So as you can hear, there's this constant and continuous beep that would not stop till you pull the side stand up, and well, rest assured you will never be riding this motorcycle with the side stand down. Let me just put it up, and there it goes. The beep has stopped. The instrument console is pretty basic. There's this TVS logo in the center with a chrome finish. It has a very nice, very unique look with this car dashboard kind of a design. Then the handlebar is a conventional tall set unit to give you upright ergonomics. We'll get to the ergonomics department in a bit. Let me just finish the design bit. On the left side you have this pass switch. It's given a yellow finish so that you don't miss it. There's the low beam and high beam button over here, followed by this blinker controller for left or right indicator. It gets a beep so you don't accidentally keep your blinker going on while you're riding. There's the horn switch and there's this choke button over here. On the other side is the DRL or the main headlight switch. You can toggle between them, but you can't switch off both of them. And then you have this starter switch. Following the cockpit is your fuel tank. It gets a really nice finish. You get this chrome fuel filler cap. You have this chrome TVS logo on the sides with graphics that add a touch of premium look to the overall design. You have these recesses that are accompanied by this thigh pad. The thigh pad gives it a premium look. It is pretty decent, although it started to lose its the original black color, started to fade, and well, some people might like it, some might not. Let us know what you think of it in the comment section. Then you have this side panel with similar graphics as you have seen on the fuel tank, and you have this chrome 3D Radeon logo. Then you have this Dura-Life tag, which is for the engine. The engine is a 109.7cc Dura-Life engine. Then you have this rack to put some luggage with this chrome pillion grab rail. The seat gets this really nice tan brown color with this ribbed pattern. The seat is nice and wide. It can accommodate 2 adults very comfortably. Then apart from this pillion grab rail at the back, TVS has also offered another grab rail on the sides. This can be used for pillion riders who prefer to sit with both of their legs on one side of the motorcycle, and this can be a pretty this can offer pretty decent grip to the pillion rider. The sides reveal this exhaust, which has this massive chrome shield on it. The exhaust itself is black colored, but it gets this massive chrome heat shield. You have these rubber covered foot pegs. There's the Kickstarter, and there's how the engine looks. It gets this champagne gold engine cover, which adds a touch of premium look to the overall package. There's this TVS branding again. It gets a red finish on the engine. Overall, the design is very solid. The paint quality, the plastics and the metal, the fit and finish, it is very commendable, and TVS gets full points in the build quality department. But who is this motorcycle exactly targeted to? The Radeon is targeted to a young buyer who is probably looking to buy his first motorcycle without burning a hole into his bank account. It's also targeted to tier 2 and tier 3 cities where commuter motorcycles are in high demand, and the market is led by Hero, Splendor and Passion. So this can be used to hang bags, maybe a milk can, and carry it around, delivering it from point A to point B. So that's it with the design bit. Let us talk about the engine. Let me get the mechanical specifications out of the way first. The TVS Radeon uses a 109.7cc single cylinder air cooled engine. The performance numbers are at par with its competitors, and it makes 8.4 PS of power and 8.7 Newton meters of torque. The engine is mated to a 4-speed gearbox, and it feels very nice and smooth. There is no tachometer, so I can't really tell you at what revs does it behave, and I'm going to use speed as a reference to say how the engine behaves. So in third gear, you'll have to steer clear of the 30 kilometers per hour mark, and the same gear, the third gear, can take you all the way to 80 kilometers per hour. The fourth gear requires you to stay above the 40 kilometers per hour mark, and it can take you until 90 kilometers and slightly above that before the speedometer needle stops to go any further. But the sweet spot of this engine is between 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. You can stick to that speed and cruise around. You can have quick bursts till 70, but after that the engine starts to show some sign of stress, and you really wouldn't want to stick around on high speeds at about say around 80 or 90 kilometers per hour for very long time. That said, this motorcycle feels perfectly at home anywhere between 40 to 60 kilometers per hour in the top gear. Refinement levels are pretty solid. There were very negligible vibrations close to the 80-90 kilometers per hour mark, and if you stay anywhere below 80, there are absolutely no vibrations that would spoil your experience, that would spoil your ride experience. Now, unlike most of the commuter motorcycles, the Radeon has a very nice and throaty exhaust note. Let me just fire it up for you. So that's how the engine sounds on idle. As you can hear, it has this really nice and throaty exhaust note. That's how it sounds, unlike most of the commuter motorcycles that have a very nice and smooth finish. But this throaty exhaust note again does not translate into any vibrations. It feels very refined when you ride it. Then there's the braking setup. As I have told you before, it gets SBT, that is synchronized braking system. Stopping power is provided by a 130 mm drum brake at the front and a 110 mm unit at the rear. The braking performance is pretty decent. It does not have a wow factor. It's at par with what its rivals can do. What we would have actually liked is to have the option of a disc brake, but that is not available. The Radeon can be purchased in only one variant, and that gets drum brakes on both the ends. An optional disc would have been a very neat addition, but unfortunately we don't get that. That said, the motorcycle rides on 18-inch wheels. These are alloy units, so you get tubeless tires. Then let's talk about the ride quality. The suspension duties, as you can see, are performed by conventional telescopic forks at the front and twin-sided springs at the rear. The rear springs get these chrome finished covers on the top, which give the Radeon a really nice look. The suspension can filter out most of the undulations on the road, but it could have been slightly softer. It feels slightly stiff, but it's not a deal breaker. You can still live with it. It can still filter out a lot of undulations on the roads, although the bigger ones are quite noticeable. So that's one thing that you should remember. Then there are the ergonomics. The ergonomics are typical commuterish. How does the motorcycle handle in city traffic? The turning radius of the Radeon is really small, which makes filtering through traffic very easy, very convenient, and you can make your way through city traffic with ease. So you have this tall set handlebar and these front set foot pegs. The ride quality, as I have said, it is slightly stiff, but it's not a deal breaker. You still get some solace by this well padded seat, which improves the ride quality and gives you a slightly more plush ride quality. The seat is long and wide enough to accommodate two adults quite easily. I have been riding this motorcycle for a little around 2 days, and I haven't had the problem of a sore rear over the 50-60 kilometers that I have covered in one stretch. So that's pretty commendable. So what's the verdict on the TVS Radeon? The TVS Radeon is a very nice package. This is one of the best commuter motorcycles that you can buy today. It gets a really nice build quality. The chrome bits such as this chrome garnishing surrounding the headlight, or the chrome logos, or the champagne gold color for the engine covers, all of it give this motorcycle a really nice and a premium look. You have this really nice tan brown seat that with a ribbed design that gives the Radeon a premium look. But how much is it priced for? The motorcycle comes for around 48,990 rupees ex-showroom Delhi. You get these really nice features like a car dash styled instrument console. Then you get these tank pads, you get this chrome garnishing at the front, chrome logos, the champagne gold engine covers, and this chrome logo on the side. You have this chrome heat shield for the exhaust, and the TVS Radeon does come across as a very neat package. The only complaint that we have is with this slightly stiff suspension setup, but that is forgivable. That is not a deal breaker. And if you are in the market to buy a 110cc motorcycle without burning a hole into your bank account, if you want something that can cruise around at city speeds, the TVS Radeon is one of the 110cc motorcycles that you should consider before making a buying decision.